On this week's show, a recall has been issued for the original Peloton Bike seat posts.
Plus, new programs on the way from Anna and Andy, an Ed Sheeran artist series, and much, much more.
Welcome to Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. Here are your hosts, John Pruitt and John Mills.
Welcome to episode 128 of Pelo Buddy TV, a show for the Peloton community by the Peloton community. I'm John Pruitt, and filling in for Amanda, who is off hobnobbing somewhere in London right now, is our friend, guest co-host, John Mills. Good to see you, John.
It's good to see you, too. This is always fun.
How's everything on your end?
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't complain. Everything's, been busy, lots going on, and so I can't complain. I'm doing a show in Deerfield, Massachusetts, through it's a historic home that's really it's acting as a museum now, and I'm working with this international team of folks where we're doing a combination of augmented reality, so the visitors will have on these Microsoft HoloLens glasses, along with us and we're going to be, presenting the perspective in this museum while they're seeing things pop up in this augmented reality world. So I've been just in a lot of rehearsals and trying to remember my lines for the last couple of weeks. Kind of cool.
So they're going to have visitors are going to have VR glasses on, and they're going to see a virtual John Mills right in their vision.
No, that would be scary. No, actually, I'm going to physically be there, talking to them, and them into a different room, and then there'll be other actors in the next room, and then through the VR glasses, they'll literally see things just appear, a table with some things on it, or a map showing something.
Oh, nice.
They'll see things just come alive in the room.
And are you going to be in drag? Are you going to be doing any crazy characters?
No, but it's a period thing. The time frame is mid 1750s, and so I gotta wear these stockings and it's
really uncomfortable, heavy, non-breathable type, old costumes. Yeah. Gotcha. 100% cotton.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's all uncomfortable. And then I learned because they're being true realistic with this whole thing. I learned that the shoes that I'm wearing, there is no left and right. They both are identical.
Yeah.
So you can put them on either foot. And so that just doesn't sound comfortable.
Yeah. That sounds cool. Well, everything else is good though? Everything else good in Connecticut?
Yeah. How about you? How you been?
Yeah, I can't complain. I was in London recently. And I made it over to the studio. I didn't go crazy this time with the studio visit. I just went to one class, and it was a walk with Jeffrey. It was super fun. And just getting ready. School year's winding down, and going to be going to Puerto Rico in a couple weeks for Memorial Day weekend. So I'm excited for that, for a little R&R. And we're staying with some friends that live on a golf community area, and they do actually have Peloton bikes in their fitness room, so I'm kind of excited about that. Even though it's not fun. So I'll be packing my shoes, and it'll be nice. It's always nice to go away and still have Peloton bikes or equipment to use.
Yeah. Wow, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. Looking forward to it. But yeah, why don't we get things going? This is the part that Amanda normally reads, but I'll take it over. So before we get started with the news, we like to remind you watching, listening, how you can keep up to date with all of our content across all the platforms. Every episode, as well as breaking news, is released on our YouTube channel. You just got to make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, so you never miss an update. And if you also prefer to listen to us while you're on the move, we're on all traditional podcast platforms. Just search Pelo Buddy TV. Subscribe there if you haven't already, and ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an update. And then also we're on pretty much every social media platform that's prevalent right now. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even TikTok, we're there. So follow us across all those different channels and platforms for all the latest news. And why don't we get right on with the show, John?
Let's go. Absolutely.
First, let's do a rundown of the latest Pelo news.
So this morning, Peloton and the CPSC announced that a recall has been issued for the Peloton Bike. Note that this only applies to the original model Peloton Bike with a version number of PL01 and not the newer Peloton Bike Plus. The issue relates to the seat post of the bike, and that in some instances it can snap at the weld point. There have been 35 reported issues thus far from around 2.16 million original Peloton bikes sold in the U.S. So, it's a small amount of bikes, but it has occurred. Peloton has created a new page or a website where you can get additional details on it. And that's posted on pelobuddy.com. And they're making a new seat post available to U.S. members who own the model. It's a do-it-yourself install for the post. So once you receive the free replacement, you can see a video that Peloton has provided to show you how to install it, and that's also posted on pelobuddy.com. If you're wondering if you're impacted and how to figure out if you have a PL01 or not, Peloton states the Peloton original bike model can be identified by its PL01 model number on the label located on the inside front fork near the flywheel. The red P logo followed by the white colored Peloton brand name on the bike's frame and by its non-swivel display. And they say as part of our commitment to the product safety, we are voluntarily recalling the seat post of affected units to provide a free replacement seat post. Though we know many Peloton owners have had issue with the seat post slipping, this recall is due to issues with the weld joint and the chance of its snapping and breaking on the original Peloton bike seat post, not the seat post slipping. So I know I had that seat post slipping issue with the Bike Plus. So when I heard about that, that's the first thing that came to my mind, but they're making it clear here that that's not the issue. This is the original bike, that weld point, and it breaking. Also, pelobuddy.com, I'm sure you noticed that it was shared earlier the week that the Peloton Bike was temporarily removed for sale from the Peloton website. The bike was also pulled from Amazon and Dick's Sporting Goods. However, it's now back available for purchase on the Peloton website. Doesn't seem to be back on Amazon or Dick's yet, but I'm assuming that's going to shortly follow. But and also in the Peloton press release, they share that they'll be emailing all bike owners, both Bike and Bike Plus, alerting them of the news. They're also expected to be a pop-up alert on the tablet for bike owners who are impacted. Peloton clarifies that the fix for this recall, again, is a free replacement seat post, so it's free. But unlike the tread recall, you don't get a refund. You can't just say, take my whole bike back because of this thing. You can take advantage of the free replacement bike posts and seat. So it came back quick, right? We heard about it. Now it's back available.
I mean, we figured there was good reason why all of a sudden it was just pulled from the website like that. And obviously on Thursday morning when the announcement came of this all, there you go. Now, see, you've had your bike for a long time. And we first got our bike in 2017, but I've had it replaced. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've had that frame replaced, and most recently, maybe not even a year ago. So I don't even know if my seat post is affected, but I still on Thursday morning, I still went on the website. I mean, it was super easy.
Right.
Just putting in your name, your email address, and bam, I don't know how long, it's going to take them to ship it out, but I figured I might as well, better safe than sorry, because I didn't even check to see the model number on the label. I just went straight to the website when it was reported and ordered it. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll hang on to it and see. Yeah,
I definitely have a PL01. I didn't look at the number, but when they talk about the label and the red P and the Peloton in white after that, that's my bike.
I got it. Yeah. Well, speaking of pop-up messages, we had some more pop-up messages recently. If you didn't already notice, on your Peloton hardware, your tread, your row, your bike, your guide, or maybe even got it via email, Peloton has just recently updated their terms of service. which there are two important little changes worth noting. So first, there are two mentions now of the Tread Plus have been added back into the terms. The Tread Plus is Peloton's original treadmill device. It hasn't been for sale since 2021, I think, May of 21, due to that CPSC recall on it that's currently active right now. But the previous version of the term stated Peloton Tread, individuals 16 years of age and older who meet Tread user criteria may use the Tread. Now, the updated terms explicitly mention the Tread Plus again, so that wording has been re-added. So now it's been refined to state Peloton Tread and Tread Plus. Individuals 16 years of age and older who meet Tread user criteria may use the Tread or Tread Plus. In addition, there's now a link for the limited use home warranty information that they have hyperlinked, has been altered to also include that reference to the Tread Plus again. And then second, Peloton has updated the language around their arbitration class action terms. So previous terms stated that arbitration would be handled by this company or group called JAMS, which is an independent company that provides mediation and arbitration services. According to the new terms now, arbitration will be handled by NAM, which stands for National Arbitration and Mediation. And then, this was all updated in the terms of service as of May 9th, this past week. So you might have noticed a pop-up on your device or the Peloton app, or I also received an I feel like on the single device, email, on the app. They're really not missing any channel to get this out to everyone on the platform. And in addition, the new terms contain new language which was not in the previous version of the terms of service, that explicitly disallows either party from participating in mass arbitration. So it goes on to note that claims will be batched together in groups of 50, with each batch being able to take up to 120 days for an arbitrator to resolve. A lot of legalese, lawyer jargon there. If you want to read the full terms of service, obviously it's in the emails that most people have received, or it's also in the article on pelobuddy.com as well, if you want to see the full write-up on it. But members must accept the new terms of service in order to continue using their Peloton accounts. So, anyone, if you have any questions, you should contact Peloton directly or via, their support page, support.onepeloton.com. And the terms also contain instructions on how to opt out of arbitration if you do wish to do so. So I know a lot of people really, what people were so excited for, obviously, was the addition of the Tread Plus wording there. So I guess that's a hopeful sign. I don't know if that's this year, if the Tread Plus is going to, come back for sale, but I know a lot of people were excited when Pelo Buddy posted that and, made that little notation about the Tread Plus wording being included back in the terms of service. So,
yeah, I know that Barry McCarthy mentioned the Tread Plus during the earnings call. Like, he mentioned that, they're still, working.
They're hopeful.
And then that's, likely coming back at some point. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, we're still here. We're still here. But now seeing this, it kind of just compounds on top of that. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like they're updating, they're getting their legal ducks in a row, obviously, for, covering their bases there, obviously.
Yeah, it's all good. Just pushed off, I guess. But yeah.
Bringing attempting to bring frivolous class action lawsuits, like, people getting angry over the lack of content, I guess, that they felt they didn't deliver on. Right.
So it all adds up. They're just, it makes you wonder, like, early on, are these the type of things that, other I know it's a new space. They invented the space, but it makes you wonder if there are other, companies that this is the level of detail that they went to from jump to protect themselves from any and all things, right?
Right.
Yeah. But interesting stuff. That's good stuff. Cool. All right. Peloton CEO Barry McCarthy is receiving a pay raise, according to Peloton's most recent 10Q form filed with the SEC. As of May 8th, 2023, McCarthy's annual base salary will rise from $1 million to $1.25 million. His equity awards, which were announced upon his hiring via an 8K form, are not being changed at this time. McCarthy's equity awards were in the form of stock options. He was given the option to purchase 8 million shares of Peloton stock, which would vest monthly over the next 4 years. The purchase price, though, for the stock options was locked to the closing price of Peloton stock on the day of McCarthy's hire, which ended up closing on that day at $38.77. And at the time of posting this information on Peloton.com and the time that I'm kind of telling you about it now, the stock options would be underwater as the stock has been wavering between $7 and $9. So yeah, that's probably not worth a whole lot right now. McCarthy was announced as Peloton CEO in February of 2022 after founder and former CEO John Foley stepped down. So the stock option portion of his compensation is really like, you're not getting nothing for that. So
It's abysmal. Yeah.
at least not now. Yeah, at least
It's a
not now.
pittance.
Yeah, you would lose money if you like. So yeah, I don't know. I know that he had like an uphill battle coming in, right? There was a lot of things that we've learned over time that he had a lot of work to do. There was a lot that was like heading in the wrong direction. So, I don't know. I don't know. Do you say based on that, then it's all warranted? Like, he's done a lot of rough stuff that he had to do. Maybe it's all warranted.
This is definitely there was a very polarizing opinion when I looked at a lot of the comments, playing devil's advocate a little bit. I feel like he came in pretty low for a CEO of his caliber and background and experience. I feel like he did take a pretty substantial pay cut coming in as the new CEO. And I mean, if you look at like the overall, a lot of folks compared to like the corporate greed of CEOs, like in the healthcare industry, like the CEOs of the top healthcare companies making like $300 million a year. Like this is a drop in the, this is nothing compared to that. And so I kind of factor that into it. Yeah, I knew a lot of people weren't going to be happy about hearing that. So there was no surprise there.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right with you. That's kind of what I thought. I kind of factored all that in, the loss, what the options were doing. And then all he had to do, he's like all the stuff that he's had to do. And had he not done that, where this company would have been. So for me, I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I saw the comment.
He came in at the lowest point, like in the company, basically, like the darkest time. It's not like he's taken over when, the stock was at its highest and they're flying high. He was coming in when like so much was in shambles. So he'd give him credit for what he's done so far. And I don't know if that equates to whatever, a 25% or whatever that pay bump is. But hey, we got in Uncle Barry we trust, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm right with him.
Definitely. All right. Well, shifting gears now a little bit to content. Let's go to some new class content that's coming our way. We have new programs with Anna Greenberg and Andy Speer that are coming. So Peloton members can expect those to launch in May. So as indicated by Peloton's May workouts to watch email that was sent out recently to members, both Andy Speer and Anna Greenberg will be releasing programs later this month. Andy will release his third strength program, which is a follow-up to his first two total strength programs. And this one will be called Andy Speer's Total Strength Density Training. And that's coming out on May 15th. So it's right around the corner. Peloton's little discreet teaser description of it reads, whatever your level, density training with Andy Speer is designed to build muscle and increase strength. Commit to 3 days of full body strength over the next 4 weeks and see for yourself. And Andy has two total strength programs that are already available. The first one came out, the first iteration of it, Total Strength, it came out back in 2019. It was one of the very first strength programs launched by Peloton back then. And then his follow-up, which was TS2, Total Strength 2, that was released at the end of 2021. And then Anna's, she has her first solo program on the way. Anna Greenberg's, it's called the Self-Care Retreat Program. That's coming out May 22nd. And Peloton's teaser description of that reads, over the course of 7 days, carve out time for self-care and finish the week feeling rejuvenated with instructor Anna Greenberg. It's currently unclear whether this was going to be a meditation, yoga program, or maybe a combination of both. So stay tuned in the coming weeks leading up to that May 22nd debut.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people like the Andy strength stuff. So I'm sure a new program, a lot of people probably waiting for that. I'm a big fan of Anna Greenberg, the meditation stuff. I'm horrible at yoga. So, I mean, it's just bad. It's just ugly, and I'm not.
Yeah, I think I have maybe 3, maybe 4 yoga. If I look at my my workout history breakdown, yoga, that says 3 or 4. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes,
I try.
I love the meditation though. I love the meditation with Chris and all the yoga instructors that do meditation. But yeah, I'm just.
Yeah. We're the same there. We're the same there. I might be just right with you. I might have 3. That's about it.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right. Well, another round of Peloton class library maintenance class purges took place on Friday, May 5th of this year. The first class library maintenance was performed on April 28th. Classes filmed between the dates of April 1st and April 14th of 2019 were removed at that time, in addition to a number of outdoor audio running classes from other dates. As of Friday, May 5th, Peloton classes released between April 15th and April 30th, 2019 are no longer available in the on-demand library. There is one exception, however. Emma Lovewell's 10-minute core class from April 30th is still available because it's part of the Crush Your Core program. Following this latest round of class library maintenance, with a few exceptions, the oldest classes in the on-demand library, for the most part now, date back to May 1st, 2019. Though we cannot say for sure, it is likely that the next class library maintenance would target classes released during the first 2 weeks of May 2019. However, Peloton has previously said that exceptions will be made for classes that are exceptionally popular or part of a program. So it is possible it is impossible to predict with absolute certainty which classes will be the next to be removed.
Yeah.
Peloton has not shared exactly how frequently classes will be removed, only that removals will take place more routinely on Fridays. Though classes have been removed 2 weeks in a row, that does not necessarily mean there will be another round of maintenance on Friday, May 12th. But I was, hearing all this, it's interesting. I didn't know that there were like specific groups dating back to 2019 and they're kind of just like moving forward. It sounds like there's like a block of time, generally, that they're just trying to like move forward. It's just incrementing forward. So That's interesting. Yeah, for me, I don't really take much on stuff in the library. I'm taking live classes or I'm taking something on demand that just happened. Like I don't tend to go back. So
it's been it's been a long time since I've done a class from 23rd Street. I mean, the one they're inching closer to that purge date cutoff is Cody's Backstreet Boys ride from, I think it's from May of 2019, which is an amazing ride. And I've done it 5 or 6 times. I mean, it's been a couple of years since I've done it, but I'd be pretty bummed if, when they purge that. And also it'll be a sad day when there's no content left from 23rd Street, from like the very first years.
Right.
There's a bit of nostalgia that goes with those classes, just because if you were there at that time, it was just completely different. Like the interactions in the studio are so much more spontaneous, and there's just something special about that. If you were a member around those times, it was fun to do classes in the studio, or to take on demand content from the little 23rd Street studio, where it wasn't as polished or refined as it is now at PSNY. But I mean, we have like less than a year's worth of content from 23rd Street, so it's like it's inching closer and closer.
Right. Yeah. That's I can appreciate the nostalgia part of it. I hear you there. That makes sense. And yeah, not having any of that anymore. Hopefully there'll be something still left there that we can look back at. But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It's not that it's not really that I still like take classes from that far back, but it's just the thought of not having the option to take it if I wanted to, having it there and having it there available,
Yeah.
So
that adds
up. Well, shifting gears, we got another artist series, Ed Sheeran. This one was different. This one, it came out a little differently. It was 3 new classes. They're all outdoor walking classes, though. This means they're only available on the Peloton app, which is kind of a new format for Peloton. They feature Ed Sheeran's explaining the backstory behind some of his songs and doing a little mini interview with John Hosking. As the class progresses, you can hear it from Ed in between each song as the class progresses. But in addition, members can listen to songs from his new album, which was just released. If you take the 60-minute class that's available now on the app, you'll hear every song from the album, so you can essentially listen to the entire album in that class. And John Hosking, as I said, he sat down with Ed Sheeran in person to record the classes, as highlighted in some of the behind-the-scenes photos that were posted from the Peloton Studios Instagram account. But yeah, there's three outdoor walks, like I said. One is a 30-minute one for May 5th. The other is a 60-minute one with John Hosking. And the third one is a 30-minute outdoor walk, which is in German, with Tobias Heinz. And there's also a brand new badge for taking any one of those 3 classes. And, I always got to shout out Chris Lewis of Pelo Buddy, who proudly maintains this vast listing of all the badges out there currently. So if you're badge hungry and you want to see what's available, past and present badges, they're all on pelobuddy.com.
That's awesome. I like the whole idea that the outdoor walk thing. I know I've seen, like, I don't remember who it was, like Apple or somebody did something similar, but it wasn't different. It wasn't like an instructor. It was just literally like that celebrity,
like a walk and talk,
just
kind of
walk
format.
And talk. Yeah,
that's cool.
But
yeah, it's different.
Pretty cool. It's different. Yeah, I like it. Cool. Members can look forward to another official Peloton artist series this week, this time featuring the music of the indie rock band, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Peloton officially announced the series via Instagram. The series will launch on Thursday, May 11th, and will include 6 classes across 4 modalities, including 2 classes in German. There will be a 10-minute core strength with Eric Jaeger on May 11th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, a 20-minute ride with Mila Wedekind at 1:30 on May 11th Eastern, a 10-minute strength with Olivia Amato at 6 p.m. Eastern on 5/11, a 30-minute yoga flow with Kira Michael at Lovewell at 7 p.m. Eastern time on May 11th at 7 p.m. Members will receive an Artist Series badge for completing any of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs classes as well. And so, yeah, another Artist Series. I'm not familiar with the band, so I don't know about them.
Yeah, I'm not going to be. I've never heard of Yeah Yeah Yeah, so it's going to be a no for me.
I mean, I like the name. I like the name, so I might check it out just for that, but I had never.
Yeah, it didn't ring a bell when I saw it in our show list topics. So one artist that I do know and that I like, Daft Punk. We got some bonus Daft Punk classes that dropped on demand this past week. Looks to be in support of the new Daft Punk album, which actually comes out on May 17th, but there is now a 20-minute Daft Punk ride for May 8th with Bradley, and there's also a 20-minute Daft Punk hit cardio with Rebecca That's also from May 8th. And if you happen to miss those, be aware there was a full Daft Punk artist series that dropped on demand over New Year's earlier this year. So there's also some additional ones in case they slip through the cracks. They're in the library as well.
Cool. Good stuff. I realized, I used to think maybe I'm getting older, but I don't think that's what it is. I realized I'm just not hip anymore, John. I just don't know anybody.
You're stuck in the 90s and the 80s, man.
I'm stuck in the 80s. I'm stuck in the 80s. I gotta turn.
You're stuck in the 80s with the Sugar Hill Gang.
You're listening to Run DMC. That's the problem.
That's all right. No shame in that game, man. No shame in that game.
Yeah, no shame, man. Cool. Well, there's a new Peloton Spanish Shakira class. Mariana Fernandez taught a 30-minute Shakira yoga flow on Wednesday, May 10th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Just prior to the class, Mariana wrote in an Instagram post, "Growing up to the poetry in her lyrics, the reminder that you can be hard and heartfelt. Her evolution is the truest example of how she rebuilds herself and how we write our own antologia," meaning anthology, which is the name of one of Shakira's songs. I also saw, I saw her, or Mariana, right before she was preparing for this in her live feed on Instagram. And you could just see her energy, like she was all excited, and she was dressed for it, and she, just you could tell like this check was so meaningful for her to do this. So, which is another thing that kind of makes you go, oh man, I got to check that out. So that's pretty neat to see.
Yeah, I noticed it might have been after the class. I noticed I joined her Insta Live on Wednesday night, and yeah, she had a whole makeup thing going, all this black eyeliner. So I guess that was the occasion that explains it, because I had no idea what the context of the talk was when I joined live, so I didn't even realize it was the Shakira class that she had done.
Yeah. She was all excited about it. It was great.
Yeah. Well, Peloton has a new 20-minute, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, VSAC recovery ride from Friday, May 5th. It was taught by Sam Yo, and it's in celebration of the Buddhist festival, VSAC. I haven't heard Control Room chime in yet on the pronunciation, so I'm not sure if they know either, but that's in the library right now, so check it out.
You must have got it right. I couldn't help it.
They didn't know.
All right. Well, if you can make it to NYC on Memorial Day weekend, Bradley Rose will be teaching some classes from PSNY Studio with members. His classes are set for May 26th at 5 p.m. Eastern and May 27th at noon Eastern. So booking already happened, so those who were going to be in it has already occurred. And on Memorial Day, I guess we'll get to see that, and those people will be in those classes. So that's pretty cool. Bradley Rose and PSNY.
Yeah, I guess he's got that. Guess he got that work visa for the state.
That's right. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Some fans of his that are here in the States get to go in and take some classes with him. So that's cool.
Clickety clacking the pedals at PSNY. Cool. So Benny Adami, he has a meetup in Berlin, Germany coming up next week on May 16th at the Berlin showroom. So if you are in the area, be sure to hit up the meet and greet. It's the evening of the 16th. It's a 2-hour window. We'll have it posted on pelobuddy.com. I'm assuming that Benny's shared about it on social media, so you can RSVP to it if you want to attend.
So Peloton hosted a meetup at showrooms across the country in celebration of Mother's Day. Peloton shared the news via the Peloton Studios Instagram account. The post stated, "Join us at one of our 63 U.S. showrooms across U.S. and Canada for a Peloton Moms meetup on Wednesday, May 10th. So that occurred yesterday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The event will include apparel discounts, Prosecco toasts, photo opportunities, and they say they can't wait to celebrate with you. So all events, again, were all held on May 10th at the same time, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern local time, and that whatever the showroom location was.
We've got some new Mother's Day classes are all available now. They all dropped on demand except one, which was taught by Chelsea Jackson Roberts. But we've got a 30-minute Mother's Day outdoor run with Selena. These all dropped on demand on the 12th, the 13th. 30-minute Mother's Day ride with Christine. 20-minute Mother's Day run with Kirsten. A 20-minute family fit flow with Kristen. And a 20-minute Mother's Day bar class with Allie, and a 20-minute International Mother's Day full body strength with Robin Arzon, a 20-minute Mother's Day walk with Tobias Hines, which was in German, and a 20-minute 2-for-1 Mother's Day ride with Eric and Mila, which was also in German. And then the live one was a 30-minute Mother's Day slow flow with Chelsea, which happened live the morning of Sunday, May 14th at 8:30 in the morning. So they're all now in the library once this episode comes out for you to take and check out for Mother's Day today.
All right. So also, let's see.
Happy birthday to Susie Chan.
Oh,
don't want to forget that.
Oh, yeah.
It's her birthday this past Wednesday. So happy birthday to Susie.
Yeah, I like Susie. Happy birthday, Susie.
And now we got some instructors in the news.
Yes. So in celebration of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Vice President Kamala Harris held an Asian American Heritage celebration and forum at the White House. Our very own Peloton instructor, Aditi Shah, was one of the invited guests. Vice President Harris shared a message to the guests. That message encapsulated and included, "You may find when you walk into a room that you are the only one who looks like you or has your lived experience. My message is walk in with your chin up, shoulders back, knowing that you are representing the voices of so many people who are proud that you're in the room. We are all in the room with you. You are not walking into the room alone." On her social media account, Aditi posted a picture taken with the vice president, and Aditi, under that picture in her message, she says, "Almost everything about this photo is something I could never have imagined growing up. A South Asian and Black woman in the White House, or me having the opportunity to meet her. Thank you, Vice President, for being a beacon of possibility to so many, for creating this space for us to dream bigger and wider and beyond the boundaries of what we imagined possible." And it was a really nice picture. It's pretty cool that Aditi had that opportunity.
It'd be kind of cool. Anyhow, if you happen to attend the Red Sox baseball game or watch it on TV, you probably saw Emma Lovewell throw out the first pitch that happened yesterday at the afternoon game on Saturday, May 13th at Fenway Park in Boston, where they hosted the St. Louis Cardinals. She was also there, Boston area, in the little town of Chestnut Hill, which is just outside, doing a book signing for her new book. Before the game at the Hummingbird bookstore. I know we're recording this before the game is, but I'm really curious to see how that pitch went, because I think of like some like crazy bad pitches.
Oh man, I can
like Gary Delabate, Chris Rock. Chris Rock had one of like the all-time worst first pitches,
or like,
and he scrubbed that from the internet completely. I can't find that anywhere. Yeah,
I saw 50 Cent try to throw a pitch.
Oh yeah, that was
like
bad.
Throw it into the ground, like right next to himself.
Yeah. So hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, hopefully, it's also, is she gonna throw from the rubber? Is she going to throw from the plate, or is she going to do from the bottom of the mound? And yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see if she bounces it. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, and I'll say she got it within the strike plate.
I hope so. I'm praying that, it's like just an awesome, phenomenal throw that we're all like, what? Like, yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
And if she doesn't, I will have a perfect memeable moment that I can put in my Insta reels next week. So it's a win-win.
That's a win-win. Can't lose with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Congrats, Emma. I saw her all excited about it, and I had forgotten when it was going to occur. So I'm glad you remind me. Like I I'm excited for it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I gotta set my DVR now. Can't forget.
That's some fun. Cool. Well, also, Peloton was featured at Google I/O, the Google I/O conference. The Google I/O conference is an annual developer conference held by Google in Mountain View, California. It occurred this year on Wednesday, May 10th. So yesterday during the conference, the Peloton technology team described how Peloton members were looking for a wearable app for Android devices. And they describe their success in delivering this, but also talk about how it functions seamlessly across multiple different devices and screen sizes, from Android watches to Android tablets and foldables. You can view a video of the presentation on the Android developers page on YouTube if you want to check it out. But yeah, it's cool that they're at the conference. It's cool that, I'm sure they want, more tech folks that are engineers to start building upon capabilities there and kind of get that all more broadly out into the Android development universe. So that's kind of cool. So if you want to check that out.
Yeah. It always seems like Android users kind of take a back seat from Peloton developers to iOS. It seems like iOS always kind of comes first in terms of updates and enhancements. But shifting gears a little bit, Brittany Allen, who is a frequent Peloton instructor outfit collaborator, she's created a lot of custom outfits, tops, leggings, accessories for tons of Peloton instructors to wear on special classes. She will be on the new season of Project Runway, which premieres on June 15th on Bravo TV. So she shared that news recently on Instagram, but I know there's a lot of Peloton members that are huge Brittany Allen fans. So be sure to check her out on Bravo TV coming next month. And that pretty much wraps up the instructors in the news portion. And let's jump right into picks of the week, John. First up, we have Kendall Toole's 20-minute climb ride from May 3rd. Got this one from our friend Daisy Mack. She says, sometimes you just need to turn the red knob to the right. She had a great playlist too. And then next up, Sam's 30-minute Star Wars ride for May 4th. Got this from a lot of folks. Stella the Diver, Christina and Things, KTLS3, Pod Legend 76, Bookishly Fab, Carrie Cakes, Case 406. They said so much fun and sneaky hard too. Great movie quotes and music. And then Charlotte Wiedenbach's 30-minute Star Wars ride, which was in German, from May 4th as well. Pod Legend also submitted this one. Pod Legend 76. So much fun for a Star Wars fan.
Cool. And we also have Mariana Fernandez 20-minute premiere run from May 4th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That came in from our very own Pelo Buddy and Amanda, Seglo 3, Mexicali Girl, Starlight & Co., and Miller Family 20. And they say great messages and heartfelt story. Also, fun to see so many of her fellow coaches live in studio with her. Well, that's awesome. That sounds like someone I have to check out. And then we also have John Hosking, his 60-minute Ed Sheeran walk on May 5th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And that came in from Rock Spins 2. And they say fun new format. Great to hear the interview as well as all of Ed's new album. And then we have a Tobias Hines 30-minute Ed Sheeran walk on May 5th at 4 a.m. Eastern. And that came in from Jill R. And they say, great playlist and fun to hear sneak peek of the new songs of the album.
All right. Well, next up, switching to the row now. We got a 60-minute endurance row for May 5th, which was Alex Karwoski's class. And we got this from Chin for the Win. They said, he's so motivating and the time flew by. We need more long rows. And then next up, Rebecca Kennedy's 10-minute hip-hop glutes and leg strength for May 5th. Our friend Bertha C. Runs MD gave us this one. She said, reminiscent of the bar class, but with the unique moves only Rebecca can pull off. No equipment needed for a great burn. Would also be an excellent warm-up class for any biking or running. And then Jess King's 45-minute house ride from May 6th. Got this from Mandy Rose, Minnesota. She said, absolute perfection, both the music and the workout.
Cool. Next up, we have Ross Rayburn's 10-minute grief meditation from May 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and that came in from Amajara 3. And they say, I love that they're exploring different emotions in these meditations. We also have Hannah Corbin's 10-minute bar, lower body, on May 8th at 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time, also from Amajar 3. They say glute burner, like most of her bars. Bar, just another thing that scares me. Then we have Benny Adami and his 30-minute intervals ride from May 9th at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that came in from Art of Balance. They say massive and brilliant rock playlists, Queen, Foreigner, Steppenwolf, and more. So that's cool.
It's Adami. Put some respect on Benny's name.
Oh, my bad, Benny Adami. My bad, Benny.
I'm just busting your chops. All right, next up, Kristen McGee's 30-minute yoga flow from May 9th. We got this from S. Veldy. They said, great playlist, good flow with twists. And then Bex Gentry's 30-minute progression run, also from May 9th. Got this from Minnesota Trisha and Mandy Rose, Minnesota. They said, awesome playlist, perfect coaching. And then Bradley's 30-minute Euro pop ride from May 10th. Got that from Amarjar 3 and Niyama X. They said, I was so pumped for this ride, and it didn't disappoint. Plus, there's a Euro pop badge.
Cool. And then next up, we have Chelsea Jackson Roberts' 20-minute morning yoga flow from May 10th at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that comes in from Sunny G. And they say great energy and also perfect guidance for beginners. And then we also have Rad Lopez and his 20-minute Para Los Madres full body strength from May 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and that came in from Kaylee Marie, Nancy RN 526, and just those two. And they say this one just had all the feels, and then they surprise Rad with his mom being there after class. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Thanks, and it was in Spanish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it was in Spanish. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. And then last we have Jess Sims' 20-minute pop run from May 11th at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. And that comes in from Run Sid Run. And they say just a great class from Jess. Jess is awesome. And I love Jess.
Nice. A lot of good options. I know next week, I'm sure we'll be getting a lot of folks submitting the Bruce Springsteen ride that Jen Sherman has been constantly teasing. I think that's coming up on Wednesday evening, the 17th. I think that's in the 7 p.m. artist series slot Eastern Time. So I'm looking forward to that one. I don't know if I'm going to do that one live, but I know a lot of JSS Tribe, faithful have been rallying for that ride for that artist series for a long time. So it's way overdue.
Oh, that's going to be a big deal. Yeah, absolutely.
and I'm sure there's going to be people. I would imagine there would be, even though it's a Wednesday, I'm sure there'll be people in the studio, whether it's employees or special guests. Yeah, and there will be. Control room already chimed in there. So that'll be fun too. It's always good to see a full room, especially with those, those special artist series classes that the instructors are so passionate about.
Yeah, that one has to be a full room and excitement. I expect.
Yeah. So we'll see what familiar faces we see in the room that night.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that wraps it up. Thanks for filling in again, man. It's always fun rapping with you on the show.
Oh, of course. Anytime. I'm a big fan of yours, and I'm a big fan of the show. And I love everything you're doing, everything that's happening with you. And I just appreciate you guys and the friendship, to be honest. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it too. Well, for me here in Michigan, as always, thank you for tuning in, watching, and listening to us from all over. And as always, we will see you on the leaderboard.
Thank you for watching Pelo Buddy TV, your source for everything Peloton, by the community, for the community. Work out with us using the Pelo Buddy TV leaderboard tag and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Pelo Buddy. Don't forget that we have a podcast available so that you can listen to us while on the move. Just search for Pelo Buddy TV on any major platform and hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode.